So guys, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to still score well when you're not necessarily comfortable with your game on a specific day. So that was me in a nutshell today. Really feeling like I wasn't massively in control of my game, but the few key things that I did that kept the round going, and I actually shot a very good round, and the back nine here was unbelievable. So make sure you stick around for that. So I'm playing Crondon Park in Essex here, and I'm actually starting off on the second hole. Why I'm doing that? Because there's a big society behind me. I wanted to get in front of them. So this hole here, drivable par 4. The hole is just around the corner on the right, so a dog leg. So for driving the green, you have to kind of hit a big shape out there to the right. And that was the shot I was hitting out on the driving range before I played. I normally hit a fade and it was a little bit excessive. So instead of fighting it, I played it. So here we go for the second shot here. So just a straightforward pitch shot. I played it a little bit off the back foot just to run up there. There's a little bit of green to work with, a little bit of a hump to go over before the flag. I just wanted to make sure I ran it through it. So exactly what I did here. Came out perfectly, gave me around a 6-foot putt. So here we go, 6-foot putt for birdie. So a good way to start. So it's just a little bit on the right edge. Didn't have a practice putt before this. I rushed out to get past that society. So all I wanted to do was get good pace on this. I started online and it goes in, so a good start. So on to the next hole, par 5, extremely narrow tee shot. Very, very visually daunting when you get over this. So this one, you cannot miss it out to the right, as you can see now. Out of bounds, straight right. You don't have to hit it far right to get there. Little bit of room to the left, but not much. I was starting it just over the trees that are overhanging on the left. I was trying to feel like this one was just a little bit of kind of like a draw by swing, just to keep it a little bit straighter. But this is generally the only drive today where I try to do anything other than play that fade I was hitting on the range. And luckily, I got away with a good one down the fairway. So, second shot here, it was in between 6-iron and 5-iron. So when I'm in that situation, I will always go with more club. So I went with the 5-iron, grip down on it, because I'd rather get away up there rather than swinging out my shoes to be able to get a club up there. It's very important for you guys to do that as well. So this shot, I just aimed pretty much at the middle of the green. If it faded, it faded. If it didn't, it didn't. And it didn't. So, but it's absolutely fine. There's no need to go flag hunting when, you know, you're pretty much almost 200 yards away. And that was absolutely fine. It actually rolled a little bit further up than I anticipated. And I've got a very tricky chip and run shot now. So there's a big hump just at the front of the green here, which you can't see, which it just traveled over there. And you can tell I hit it way too hard for anticipating that hump to really hit the ball and slow it down. So now I've got, again, probably about the same length of putt I had for birdie on the last hole. I've got on this hole too. So for this one, I kind of overread it just a little bit on the right. I thought it was going to break a little bit, and as you can see, it didn't. So running theme for the playing videos on the channel at the moment is lip outs, but birdie and a par isn't too bad of a way to start off. So next hole, par 3. Now, this is the highest point in the golf course. So normally you feel quite a bit of wind up here, and we can see a little bit of work being done on the golf course with those fences just there. There's water short, water left as well. So getting the right distance is really important here. So I had, again, in between distance here. I hit 8-iron, and I just gripped down on it, hit a smooth one, hit a pretty good shot. A little bit short, and it was just a tiny bit left of the hole as well, but from up there, that's always a good shot to hit the green and hit the distance quite nicely. So I had this putt here straight up the hill, and you can see that I didn't get any putting practice in before I played today, because I did not get the pace of this one bit. I didn't get the line either. Got both of it wrong. So here we go. Not the par putt attempt I wanted. So this is quite crucial to be able to make something where you're trying to save par on one of the holes, get a 2-putt in there. So there we go. That's good for the confidence. But after that first putt, one of the really important things is to remain quite stoic when you hit a bad shot. So don't let it affect you. So we go, stroke index 1, really tough hole. Hitting 4-iron off the tee here, it massively goes downhill after those bunkers up there. So just a good 4-iron down there, and I double cross it. So I was trying to play it really dead straight, but with a little cut on the end. And obviously that didn't happen. So this is a tough spot to be at now. As you're going to see in a minute, I'm completely blocked out. So this is why it's a stroke index one, obviously with the water there as well. So luckily the flag was just on the right hand side of the green, and that was really the only part of the green I can access. So here I did something that was really quite a stupid play, to be honest. I had 4-iron, so another 4-iron into it, and I tried to hit a big high draw. Now luckily I did it, and I hit an absolutely unbelievable shot here. One of the best shots I've hit out on the golf course in a long time, being able to go, right, high draw, hit that high draw, it did it. But it was quite a stupid play, percentage-wise. But luckily, now I've got a decent attempt at birdie on the hardest hole on the golf course. Got a good straight read on it. Roll it straight in the middle. So that was unbelievable. I was really happy with that. So, par 5 now. And you might be thinking, where's this bit that you're supposed to be uncomfortable with? Because you're 2 under already. And yeah, I mean, this is quite surprising with how I felt over the golf ball, that I was 2 under. Now, this drive, you can certainly see that I was not comfortable with my swing on that day. So, just a one where I just want to hit dead straight down there. I tee it down because it's a bit into the wind. And I literally just swipe it. And those bushes over there, the ball just dived straight into it. And luckily, it kicked straight out again. The trees just spat it out. So, when you're having a round where things are, you know, you're kind of on a score that's better than your game's suggesting, sometimes you get a bit of luck. So from here, I just hit a 4-iron punch down there. I was too far away from the green to actually go for it. Again, don't want to play anything silly. So here we go. Now, my third shot, I just have a little sandwich into it. I think I had about 95 yards into it. So really narrow green, even with a wedge in your hand. These greens are quite small for quite a few of them. So you don't feel comfortable with how small of a landing spot you have. But again, just try to take dead aim at this. Just a nice smooth one. Hit an okay shot. Came a little bit out to the right, but it was pin high. Again, not too bad. So birdie attempt again. So this one, quite a breaker on it. A little bit uphill, but it does go downhill quite a bit afterwards. So more than anything, I'm just thinking pace. And I think that's one of the most important things for you guys to be thinking of when you're putting, getting the pace. So, I mean, didn't get it there, but that's okay. I'll just walk off with another par. So here we go, par 3 here. So waterfront, it's not much room between front and back, but it's quite a wide green and the flag's on the right here. So this, again, this is one of the swings where I really did not like. So I can see from watching this now, my alignment was not where I thought it was. I was trying to aim at the middle. So I was aiming at the flag. But you can see it just leaks out there. This was not a good swing. I didn't really take the wind too much into consideration either, as it was blowing left to right. And I'm missing this spot here, which is quite a difficult up and down. So really, really fighting for par. I go underneath it just a little bit. And now I'm very much struggling for par. So again, underreact. You have to underreact to everything that happens when you're not on your game, especially bad. Don't feel down about it. You've got to make sure you keep your emotional state level, which I did here. And I just got into the task of, okay, let's get a good read. And now let's put good pace on it. So I hit this part. And we're going to see, just catch a piece of it to save my par. Oh, God. So guys, somehow still 2 under par. Now this hole, big dog leg round to the left. Generally, you just want to hit one pretty straight down there with like a 3-wood or even a long iron. You can draw one around the corner, but of course, I'm not drawing the golf ball today. There's no way I'm going to go and try and draw a driver today. So, again, play to what you can play. So I just tried to hit a 3-wood down there. If it cuts, it cuts, and it just went pretty straight. So this was absolutely fine. But again, play the shot you know you can play on the day. Don't be silly. Don't try and hit a draw when you know you can't. Don't try and hit a fade when you know you can't on a specific day. Play with what you've got. So here we go. This shot, probably the worst golf shot I've hit in a very, very long time. I had no shifting left of my body, and I just fat it. I just chunked it. So where this landed, probably, I don't know, 30 yards short of the green, and it rolled up just to the front on the fringe. Again, when you're not comfortable with your swing on a day, we can all know that it's, you know, you just don't feel good over the ball. So extremely long putt here, straight up the hill. I opted to putt this because I thought I'd have a better chance getting it close with a putt than a chip. And I was actually really happy with this putt. Really, really happy. So I hit that putt there. Now, this was a very, very silly putt. I got over this. I didn't feel good about it. I really had one of those putts where you just don't feel like you're going to make it, even how short it was, and I just straight pull it. So, good 3-putt. I mean, that was a 2-foot putt, 3-foot putt that I missed. So there's a bogey. So now, not feeling good. That was more representation of kind of how I felt on the golf course, was that bogey that happened there. So par 5, dead straight down there, ditch down there at about 300 yards. So driver might have been too much, but it doesn't matter because I straight push it. So really, well, I would say that's a push slice more than anything. That was what I was hitting on the driving range. Again, hit a tree and it drops straight down. So sometimes golf, luck is on your side. Isn't normally the case for me. I think we can all think about that for ourselves. But made the option very clear. I just had to chip out, give myself, I don't know, about 100 yards in, which is what I did here. Actually semi-chunked this again as well, but it worked out. It ran up there to where I had, I think it was around 135-ish into this green uphill. So what I do, this is in between a pitching wedge and a 9-iron. Again, take more club, grip down on the 9-iron, make sure I get it back there. So not feeling good about my swing here, but hit a pretty good one. Pulled it just a little bit. But after the last handful of full swings, I'll take that. So I've got a chance here for birdie. It's a big breaky one. More than anything, I just wanted to get away with this hole with a par, even though it's a par 5. So again, managing to get my way through the round because I'm not reacting all too much to those bad shots that I am hitting. So kind of like lag it up there. Just a tap in. I should have really took more time over that after the small one I missed on the last hole. But okay, 1 under after 9. So 10th hole here. Now, all I did was aim a little bit left, down the left-hand side of the fairway. Again, just trying to play that fade I was hitting on the driving range that I knew I've been hitting from the other drives I've hit. Kind of started a little bit more left of my line, but it fades back really nicely, and I cut most of the hole in half. It's a dog leg left. So again, played the shot I'm normally playing. So because I cut so much of the hole in half, I only had a gap wedge, and this is normally a fairly longish hole. So from here, again, it was pretty much a full gap wedge, and I never normally hit full wedge shots, but it felt more comfortable under the situation. Hit a full one, hit it pretty good here, slightly left of the flag, and actually starts to feed a little bit back to the right again. So have a very makeable birdie putt. Something you can't see here, this was actually viciously downhill. So this one, even though I felt good about the shot from the fairway, now I'm not so much because I'm just trying to get the pace. So here we go, absolutely just tap it. Would have probably gone in if I hit it harder. There we go, nice par, still somehow under par. So par 3, 11th, bunkers short, and pretty much it's completely dead long. As you can just see, it's those trees back there, only an 8-iron. So grip down 8-iron, again, in between 8 and 9. I'm going to hit the more club, grip down. Funky follow through there, but worked out quite nicely. It was just left of the flag. Pin high as well, as we're going to see. I think actually maybe it was just past pin high, but a chance. So here we go with these putts. Get my read, my start line. I'm just focusing on, but more than anything, getting that pace. The pace, again, is the most important thing when we're putting out here. So hit a really, really good putt. Looked in all the way, as you can see with my reaction. But again, a nice par. So next hole here, quite a tight par 4 off the tee. Trees left, little bit of room to the right, but not much. After the drive on the hole before, I felt quite a little bit more confident over this. And I really just felt like I was going to hit a really good one. And I did. Probably one of the best drives of the day. I really, really hit this extremely well. So sometimes you just need that good shot to give you the confidence. And there we go. Quite nice fade down there. So now, again, because I've hit this drive really good, this is the furthest I've ever been up there on this hole. So I only have, I think it was around 60 yards or so. It wasn't that long at all into this hole. So just a lob wedge. Just again, just trying to aim at the flag. Wind wasn't too much one way or the other. I think it might have just been into, if anything. And hit a fairly good shot. Moves a tiny bit out towards the right, but not a bad shot at all. I'll take that. It's another chance for birdie. So here we go. A little bit downhill again, so another one where pace is so important. Again, once you get that line, you then got to really focus just on your pace after that. So here we go. good roll on it. Missed it short. So again, salvageable par. So again, everything I was doing here, I was just trying to keep very, very level-headed and still play the shot that I knew I was playing, which was that fade. So par 5 here. A little bit like you can open up your shoulders a little bit and have a go at one here. Trees left, trees right. So again, this is an extremely tight golf course, but I was feeling quite confident, so I was aiming just a little bit left. It starts left and has a tiny cut on it. Perfect. Again, last 3 drives have been awesome. Really good. So now I was in between a 4-iron and a hybrid, but the hybrid would have actually gone too far. So I chose for the less club just to get myself around the front of the green. I was hoping to get on it. So I just hit 4-iron here, just give it a good hit, good full swing. And it was dead on line, as it is just straight over those humps you see there, the green. So quite happy with that. It didn't quite get onto the front of it, but very straightforward pitch shot here. So this is very similar to the same type of shot I was trying to hit on the first hole that I played. So just one little bit back off the stance, land it just on, let it release out. And when golf wants to give you some luck on a day, it does it. Eagle. So happy with that. From 1 under to 3 under when I'm not feeling that great of my game. So crazy, absolutely crazy. So here we go. Par 3, very tough par 3. Water again, lots and lots of water. Almost island-like green. Again, you can't really miss it that long either, so you just have to step up and hit a good shot. So grip down on 8-iron, because I had more of like a strong 9-iron distance, but again, take more club, grip down on it, hit a pretty good shot into there. So this, again, very, very slopey. Camera isn't really doing it justice, just trying to get good pace. Hit a really good looking putt here, but just a little bit short. So another par. And now we're on for a good round. So par 4. Now this is quite a cool hole. I really like this one. It's kind of almost like a links type of hole in the middle of like a really tight parkland golf course. So when I move out the way of the camera, you're going to see it's a kind of like a little chute you kind of hit through. Now the green is really way left. It's a big dogleg left. Sometimes I go and hit driver when I play this, but again, it requires a draw. I'm not going to do it today. So I just hit a 6-iron up there, just trying to play it to the corner, and that's what I do. Again, even though I'm on a good score, I'm not going to go and think, right, I'm going to hit driver, try and hit the green, try and push for birdies. I'm not pushing for birdies at all. I'm just trying to play the sensible shot. So play with what you got on the day. Again, today I'm getting a little bit lucky, but here we go. Now I've got a pitching wedge. Gripping down on a pitching wedge, I think I only had 120, so that's just a comfortable grip down pitching wedge for me, which is what I hit here. But I don't know, maybe it was adrenaline from that eagle on the, a couple holes back. You can see from my reaction, it was flying way past. So I had a really good feeling over that shot, but now I'm pulling myself into, I guess, a spot of bother. So got a real slopey chip shot where I was just playing with a gap wedge here, big breaking one right to left. And this was looking in from here, as you can see again from my reaction. So now this putt here, I really wanted to take my time over a little bit because this was the same length that one I missed on the front 9. So I really just took my time, being sensible, getting away with a par. Now next hole, dead straight up the hill. Now we all know that about dead straight holes, they tend to be some of the hardest, and this one definitely so. Trees left, trees right. Fairway isn't massively wide, so I'm just trying to aim down the left-hand side, and I can clearly see here I'm not. But I still put a fairly okay swing on it. I did hit it slightly out the neck. And there are some bunkers up there at the top of the fairway, and I didn't quite think I'd get there, and luckily I get quite a big kick to the right, and I missed the bunkers. Otherwise, if I hit this straight, I would have been dead in some fairway bunkers. So I actually got quite lucky here. I only had around 70 yards left. Flag is right at the back. Very long green here. So just kind of like a 3/4 smooth lob wedge and hit a really good shot here. So this really gave me like an awesome chance, like 3.5 foot left. So God, now, from not being comfortable with my swing, playing smart the whole way, just seeing if I can get lucky. And here we go. 4 under par now. So on the front 9, after I missed that little one, I was thinking, God, this round's going to fall apart at some point. But you never know what happens when you stay patient, underreact to everything, and really just keep giving yourself chances by playing the shot you know you're playing on the day. So par 3 here, flag is tucked behind a bunker on the right. I wasn't going to go at it, so I was just dumping one in the middle of the green, just with a little 8 iron. Kind of pull it a little bit, gave myself a little bit longer than I wanted. But this is the highlight of the round completely. So this is really around a 40-foot putt. This putt goes uphill and then back downhill again. So I was just trying to get the pace of this putt. Now, again, when it's your round, it's your round. Without saying any more, let's just watch this putt. So, can you believe that? 5 under now. So guys, I can't quite believe what just happened. So, 5 under, now on the last. Now this hole, I was not looking forward to this tee shot because the road to drive into the place is on the right there. And with how I was hitting the driver, again on the driving range, I thought, oh God, the 18th today, I could hit a car. So, this hole again, can't miss left either. So I aim down the left, tee it down a little bit, and kind of just hit this kind of like slappy fade. Just one where I was trying to really hit the fairway as good as I could, but still played that fade again. And I luckily just missed the fairway onto the right there. So this is actually the longest par 5 in England, off the very, very backs. Of course, I wasn't playing it off the black tees because they have to properly prepare those black tees for them to be playable. So really from here, had way too long. There's waterfront, so I just laid up. I know, par 5, laying up, what am I doing? But going from here, I didn't want to really make any silly mistakes. So I kind of thin a little 8 iron kind of chip and run down there. Obviously a bit nervy with the score I was on. And I have a 6 iron into the green now. So way longer than I anticipated. Water left, as you can see. If you miss it right, impossible up and down. Very narrow green, so you just have to hit a good shot. So just take aim, really the flag's at the middle of the green. I just take aim at the flag. If I fade it, I fade it. If I pull it, I pull it. Just got to step up and hit a good golf shot here. And I absolutely crunch it. So really nice one. It just stayed dead straight at the middle. And I gave myself another chance. Again, guys, if you just leave it to play your shot, I mean, you might not be, having a putt for 6 under, but relative to your handicap on a good round, just be patient. You're never out of a round of golf. We've always got chances here. So big right to left putt here. And can you believe it? Lip it out for 6 under. So 5 under, I'm perfectly happy with that. Lessons to be learned here. Hit that same shot every single time. I always say hit your one shot you've always got. Underreact to everything. Be as stoic as possible in your round. Albeit, yes, I got lucky in this round, but you never know. You're never out of a round of golf. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you want more course videos, let me know. I really enjoyed doing this one. Have a good one.